Alright. I am here, guys. I am. I am here, guys. I won't be, um, visible because, believe it or not, I'm pretty comfy currently. And, it's been a pretty bad day or two as far as being sick goes. And I'm hurting like some bitch. And, yeah, ain't nobody got time for that right now. So, I guess I was supposed to be super triggered tonight. I'm sure many will make you think that because of the receipts in the background. Right. Oh, the flurry of them. However, I am pretty fucking bored with the bullshit currently. Um, like I've been saying for days, weeks even, there was incoming. Um, those of you who watch know how this has been a chain of events since Ryan with the monster shit for weeks now, over the holidays especially, as he and they want to take you for a ride tonight and pretend he's not fucking with me with this group again and hasn't been for weeks. Y'all eat the shit if you want to. The receipts tonight in the background, as many of you know, we're already prepped to go for the bullshit that they've planned. We knew it was coming. I put them up and privated them weeks ago now. Because we also knew what questions and shit would be hit upon, and certain things that have been being discussed pretty heavily between folks and this and the other. And so, um, went ahead and prepared those. Like I said, it's all just a fucking show with them and this group, and I don't really have time for it these days. However, I will post the receipts to show you, just like tonight. Everything I was told that would be being geared for Monster once, they prepped it up and did this whole trying to trigger Jody Sue and get her in a certain state of mind they hoped and manipulated her the past few weeks with Monster, that I'd be super triggered. Right. Anyway, I ain't. Although that one does know he is not to be mentioning a child that is not proven to be his. There's a fucking order in place that he was dumb enough to let Cher stand there and say, yeah, I'm doing this, we're doing this, just to get at Jody Sue. And then he chuckles. That's probably the dumbest fucking move I've ever seen with orders of protection in place. Um, Probably the stupidest moment of all time. And Cher made it clear to you what she was doing to an abuse survivor that you all seen the proof has indeed abused myself and my children, along with animals and well every goddamn body else he comes into contact with, and it seems funny or cute to you. I don't know what to tell you. She's a real advocate, that one, ain't she? Yeah. What she's done in Summer's case alone since the beginning, she's no goddamn advocate. She's been here for her own thing, and it ain't solving what the fuck happened to Summer. It's been about destroying the case and everyone and everything around Summer. Same shit they try to pull in Quentin Simons. I don't have time for it. What I do have time to do is keep dropping receipts on all these fucking monsters so that at some point they're held accountable for the shit they have done to all of us in Summer's community, witnesses, Summer's case, Candace Dawn, etc. And hopefully in all the other cases they have touched before Summers, overlapping and continuing. That is the ultimate goal. Um, Either way, what happened tonight was pretty stupid. Um, that monster continues to be led around by the fucking nose, which is not unknown, and be fed bullshit by these people. That they're females, just a thing. It's his thing, but either way, um, he and Dawn share some similarities there. Anyway, as y'all know, you can go back to their lives. Um, And see where now shit's changed with Monster as well. Can't keep his shit straight, blah blah blah. Um, Also, the moment where it's no, there was no overlapping, there was no cheating, there was just blah 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 blah. Well, you already busted him out on PGs when the helpful stall pump there was no, we've been together far longer. Yeah, and since I have proof, pics, vids, co-worker statements, Monster himself saying shit, proof in abundance. Oh, stall overlapped. And they've already been caught. And tonight going, no, there was no overlap, but yet they outed and busting themselves on PGs, including stall pump stomach ass own mouth at that point. The renting of a house immediately, all these other things, voice recordings of him admitting it, pictures, vids, shit like that, blah, 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 blah. There's ample proof. Alright, they're all lying. I ain't got time for that either. He is what he is. He's always been what he is. Anyway, tonight, as you can see, since he wanted to bring up boats, we'll start bringing up some boats. I think we brought up boats in the past and stuff like that. Notice his version of the peeping Tom. He can't even remember half of that shit. He didn't see anyone out the window. He almost caught them, but see, now he's so fucking toasted he can't even remember that from a year ago. Or he's just, doing what he always did for decades and playing, I'm stupid, don't remember, I had a traumatic incident, la, 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 la. And now he wants to, I just can't even with it. It's fun. But that he's ever talking about a child he's not even supposed to be mentioning and putting her in fear again and this other. And proof that it wasn't all that long ago that he was blackmailing her and mentally trying to abuse her and shit. And saying he gave no fucks about Summer in that just to pick at that wound again. Yeah. And if he was any type of smart, he'd stop being led around by the nose and told shit like little or I ever implied he had actually seen Summer's body. That's not the case, nor has it ever been the case. But because he wants to listen to stupid creators who pay him and stupid stall pump and everybody else and Jenny's and Adrian's and shit, that's what he really thinks. I can't help or fix that. Nobody ever put him out like that because that's not what happened. He was just mentally and emotionally abusing Little and I, and you know, if he was um smart in the least, he probably would have listened from the beginning. But you notice how now he's like, oh, I don't want to put shit where it don't belong and all that, and he's trying to, I don't know, sound like somebody else we know, right? He listens enough, so he's out here playing the. He's not that bad of a monster, but as you can see by the receipts, and y'all have seen by the receipts the whole way, that is not the case. And like I've always said, these are all little receipts. I have decades and decades and decades and decades of them, whatnot, and far more than just in message format. Audio recordings, video, you name it. Even his little coworkers there in the last days. Even uh, everybody around here knows what kind of monster it is. Those who aren't willing to eat shit. So anyway, and Stahl perfectly knew, unlike tonight's denial, that he was an abuser of children, animals, women, etc., and a user of substances. Some of those videos on the way back, boy, they're pretty. Let me tell you. Anyway, so like I said, and then going with that, he's not being paid, but y'all see him be paid the whole way. And there's a whole lot of payments in the background along the way as well for feeding out info. And I'm sorry, uh, should we all forget those discords and behind the scenes live streams it did? Only answering questions for like $5 and $15 pop for Summer that we all have been recording several times about. Summer, quote, fucking wills he doesn't give a flying fuck about blah blah blah, he just wants the money. Now I know often these creators don't tell you the truth, but you know, the one instance I'll give Tiffany Marie here lately on that panel about 4 weeks ago is she did indeed hear that. And she told you she heard it. Monster was screaming he didn't give a fuck about Summer goddamn whales, but he wanted the money. So there's that. And Cher can go with not being paid, but she did helpfully scroll that app around tonight, didn't she? Either way, it's neither here nor there. She's still a pathetic, hot, animal abusing fucking mess who is still the pathetic piece of shit of a child murderer's fucking loins and props him up like he too is something special. Who also does not have all of her children with her, left them with people they don't even belong to. I mean, keeps using another woman's domestic violence against her to abuse her, to target her. Over there telling you outright, and I guess it's supposed to be fun. Is it entertaining to y'all yet? Y'all feel like I'm triggered enough tonight yet? Wow, nobody saw this shit show coming from Ryan Ford, did we? No. Matter of fact, before live tonight, I was given warning. And I ignored that shit. I actually took a nap. Pretty good one at that. Till it was over and done with. Anyway, as you can see by the receipts in the community section, and in the shorts and things I opened up. It looks like Monster's lying some more. Go back to the other lives they want to leave open. Notice they hide most of Monsters anyway. Go compare. Listen to Stall Pump lie to you tonight about no. And him go, no, there was no overlapping this. I mean, I am posting pretty pictures and videos and messages and all kinds of shit for a long time before Summer vanished. That there was a dude banging in a bathroom that helped break his dick. Get him some nasty shit, just like on the boat when he got some nasty shit. Yeah, that boat he kept visiting. In between the prostitutes, he was asking for handjobs randomly. That I have proof of, so it's fine. No, I'm sorry, that one wasn't the prostitutes. That was during the prostitutes. Same guy that owned the boat. In that job where meth was raining down supreme, as were other jobs. Dope, this and the other. But either way, yeah, I don't know about y'all, but yeah, he is what he is. He is what I've said he is. And he's doing exactly the same shit he's done this whole time out in the open with the all shucks face. Like I said, his mask is better than Dawn and Candace has ever thought about being, and will continue to be. And y'all want to eat it? Go ahead. I don't care. I guess I'm supposed to be triggered. Not. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna carry on with where I was headed and where I was going. Once again, him continuing to talk about a child that he's not supposed to be. Mentioning us being on a panel where it's made explicitly clear while he's sitting there that the entire point is to harass me, with order of protection in place. It was probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So he violated tonight. Not only the orders between him and I, but the ones between him and Little. He's not even supposed to be mentioning her in any way. Either way, hope y'all are entertained by an abuser of women, children, a dopehead, um, an abuser of animals, a watcher of sketchy shit, and other things. I hope you enjoyed the entertainment Cher provided you tonight while lying to all of you and lying to Monster. And see, that's a stupid part. That's a stupid part. She stood up there and lied to you all, twisted, narrated, told him false shit to get responses that she knows are not true, but, you know, she knew these things were not true when she was saying them to him, but implying they'd been said by me and others. See, that's what they do. It's what Cher's done. That's why I don't have shit to do with her. Never have from the beginning. There's a reason for that. A very good reason. She is and has always been the worst around Summer in her case, and along with Prayer Garden, of course, and a few others. But I know what she is, and she's as obvious as fuck about it as one person can be. She's a con. She's a liar. She thinks she's a good manipulator, and because she's such a fucking pathetic hot mess, one enough to be using her ass in a missing child's investigation to get near men and this the other, and I don't know, she's just fucking trash, y'all. But anyway, she got her some new teeth though, right? Anyway, she's never to get that wedding paid for though, right? Unlike Monster installed by y'all. Anyway, carrying on. She's still a piece of shit. Cher is and forever will be a piece of shit. That's why she does what she does online. She's a con. She's a criminal. She's an abuser. She's a neglector. She's a byproduct of her genetics, and she chose unwisely. And you all applaud her for the good job she's doing in all these cases. No, nope, sorry. She ain't shit. She'll never be shit. She's fully grown. She fully knows better. She, much like Monster, will always be what they are. There's no hope for them. There's no saving them. They are not salvageable, redeemable. They have no human qualities about them. They have no problem abusing, harming, doing so in front of the world, laughing and giggling about it. Making merch to target survivors and fighters of DV and other crimes. They have no problem with it. Cher to me is pathetic as Monster is. Has always been. She thinks she's good because she thinks like a fucking quote cliche ass female. Oh look, another woman will be jealous. Oh look, another woman will be triggered because that's what their pathetic little souls think and do and behave like. And I'm not that base, nor have I ever been. I compete with no one. I love me just as I am. I am not triggered, targeted, blah 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 by all the bullshit, cliche ass shit they want to do. Of course, the domestic violence matters to me. The mask on Monster and what it wears and how it's still openly abusing us in public matters to me. It matters to me that there are changes made in the world so that this could not happen to other victims and survivors and fighters, and people don't leave in body bags. Women and children don't die in the darkness. They reach out. Flip scripts cannot fucking happen or be condoned and will not be condoned. That matters to me, and it always will. And in that way, my voice will never go silent. because I will use it for the right thing instead of all the wrong things, unlike Cher. So, you get to choose. Cher, Monster, you get to choose who and what you are. Both of you have chosen unwisely. I cannot help that either of you are pieces of shit that would like for their masks to remain on, their crimes unknown, who and what they really are unknown. I hate that I have triggered you over so many years, dear Cher, and your buddies you work in a group effort with to do this by online means, violating federal laws, whether your fucking stupid ass lives in Canada or not, and you think you'll forever be untouchable, unlike you do when you and AB are fighting, but that will not be the case, alright? And I will continue to call you out for the shit along with your group. I will keep putting out receipts, real ones, not made up ones, not twisted ones, not silver tongued ones. And yeah, I bet you wish your tongue was silver tongued instead of meth burnt, toasted, twacked, smoked, fucking stupid. Between all of y'all ain't got a goddamn brain cell left one. All you've got is the base, the monster. It's all of you are and all you will ever be. Your brains are solidified, along with toasted, twacked, snorted, whatever the fuck it is. All of you prefer as you little monster ass junkie creators. Alright? And otherwise, y'all have chosen unwisely. It's not my problem. You don't want to be called out for it? Well, that's your own problem too. You, monsters in general, you don't like that shit when people call it out. Keep calling it out. Keep calling you out for what you are. And always will. So yeah, I'd say over the whole couple years around here, I'd say somebody's been triggered. I'd say somebody has been. And that would be a group of creators, monsters, junkies, cons, criminals, hiding behind icons, while feeding the gullible, the stupid, those with hearts. These things make them believe they're seeing and hearing real people that really care. I can see all of you for what you are. And it's all of you that keep being triggered and keep silencing and keep trying to silence those who keep calling you out, who keep ripping your masks off, who keep fucking with your money, who keep doing what's necessary to make the public, those around these open and active things who really care, from being taken advantage of by you all. Um, you know, it's been this way forever. All I can tell you is all of you picked the wrong bitch. All of you. You thought everybody was dumb. They wouldn't catch on. You'd be able to silence, discredit, do whatever. Like you have in so many cases before that you tampered with, fucked with. So many lives you've harmed, hurt, and destroyed. So many. I can't even imagine the millions of people around the world you've taken advantage of throughout all of these cases from once forward. You all are the fucking monsters. And you don't like your masks being ripped off. You picked the wrong bitch that you thought was a dumbass hillbilly. Or that you could abuse because she was vulnerable to that. Look what you're doing tonight. What'd you do tonight? Oh yeah, you used the same play and ploy as you all and Monster have done since we even Republic, really. But Monster, make no mistake, has been here behind the scenes the whole time. If you want to listen to that horse shit about him and Stahl, they don't listen, they don't pay attention, they don't blah 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 bullshit. Those who've been listening and watching knew how this was going to culminate to, and who else played in it, and which creators have played in it, and the behind the scenes shit, and the in front of the scenes shit. Anyway, if y'all enjoy watching abusers abuse in public and pieces of fucking pathetic shit like Cher pretend to be an advocate, y'all go right ahead. I hope you were entertained tonight. Me, I'm just like yawn, rinse, repeat. And I'll continue to be that way. So, y'all eat, buy, drink, whatever fucking shit they want to feed you. The receipts are up here on the community wall. There's been several years of receipts that show you that most everything you're fed on is bullshit. You got dumbasses still apparently over asking what fucking car. This motherfucker really over like, well, seen receipts that somebody got from somewhere, and it's yeah, he's been shown the fucking, and that's the thing, right? Been shown messages, which he had to be. Remember when he first came out, he couldn't remember what time, what this, what that, and they showed him the messages that I'd put out to show that he, nor I, nor anybody else has done anything in the timeline. And the truth. I've laid the right shit on the right monsters throughout my life. And I don't put shit where it doesn't belong. Try not to, anyway. But I will call monsters monsters. And I will show how they're monsters, why they're monsters. Because that too is truth. Anyway, all the bullshit tonight has me thinking more about summer than any of them Cher, monster, this, that, and the other. All of them suck, man. All of them suck. I'm more worried about the pieces, the truth, the facts for summer than I am them. And how Monster himself is even used by these assholes, which he don't care because it pays. And he gets to abuse out in the open and pretend he's not. And behind the scenes pretend he's not. But tonight, what y'all seen out in the open is him absolutely violating both orders. May not have been the case had the live not started with, nah, we're doing this to fuck with JSP, ha ha ha, and the end with my name mentioned too, and all the shit in between, talking about child not proven to be his, and he's told not to speak about period ever. Ever. Like never ever. Never ever ever. Yet there he is. Violating that set of papers too. Lying about what he did to her. Lying about what he's done to all of us. Lying about what he knew was going on 110. Pretending he cares so much he'll cry. Bullshit. Boy don't even cry when he's abusing those who are sick and dying around him. There's been a couple of those moments in that one's life. He enjoys tormenting those who are sick and dying and physically harming them. Let me make that clear. Didn't have tears for any of those either. But that's what you get when you get a monster of that caliber hiding behind a mask that deep. I have no space for these monsters in my life. What I have is space to figure out what's happened to Summer and to try to get something done to stop monsters of all varieties. And as you can see from some of tonight's receipt, there's a reason. Women bleeding inside of Ben Hill didn't call the cops. I knew they'd leave in a body bag first anyway, them and their children. There'd be ample warning for the monsters, even if we didn't manage a call or help out in any way. And even if the police showed, they'd make us all stay. Go back. Have it all be made a joke in courts anyway. Ah, but they did the same thing. Ran a whole lot of things, didn't they? The calls don't matter. Not for anything. Not just domestic violence. Danger to children and women. Danger to an entire community. Whole lot of calls, lots of across a whole lot of boards. It didn't matter. A whole lot more ignored than just domestic violence and women and children left bleeding or made to return. Anyway, you know, domestic violence itself is still being abused. It's a subject. Of course, it bothers me. Tonight, Cher's pathetic ass temp. Not really. Do appreciate the ability to have enough shit out in the open to call in on. Did appreciate that. And some other things. But otherwise, whatever. Anyway, she thinks like a low class, pathetic bitch. Because things that bother petty ass individuals like that, they think bothers everybody else. The only aspect of anything that's disturbing in the least is that you all watched a monster use a monster, both views openly, violate all kinds of shit tonight, and you watched it as entertainment. You watched one play that I don't know, I don't remember, trying to screw with, trying to flip script steal, own words on all of its own lives, show it to still be fucking lying and not caring that it's keeping up with its lies anymore, and none of y'all are calling it out. Y'all really think you're gonna get new answers from a motherfucker that never cared anyway, and hid half the shit going on over at 110 with him, and is still doing so, because they all have shit to hide together. You're not gonna get answers. You're gonna get a monster abusing gleefully in the open for money. That's what you're gonna get. Y'all have seen it coming for weeks, as we've known. Hence the reason the receipts. We're back here to break down the lies. Already, because we knew where it was going, what questions would be asked, and a whole lot of receipts that have been here the whole time that I've shown. The proclamations of homie not cheating, stall, they even fucking got themselves caught tonight. Go look at PGs. And boy, if that stream don't remind you of domestic bliss, I'll tell you what. So anyway, yeah. And that I can prove and have proven that it's stalled inside of messengers and everything else for eons before someone vanished, clearly aware that Monster was a child and woman and animal abuser, despite her proclamations. Otherwise, not she'd never get with. She has children of her own. Yeah. See, that's what I worry about more than she did. I worried about her children. I worried about her. Hence part of the original book and outing it. Because I knew what kind of danger she and they would be in by this monster. But she knew and she chose a dope head piece of shit who abused women, children, and animals, and she cannot deny it. And I have video, audio, messages, proof, etc., and you all have them open and admittedly, like her dumb mouth couldn't take it on PGs. Look at the rental date for the place they weren't paying rent on and went to court over. Look at all of it yourselves, just what they've done on. They're all lying to you, including Stahl. But remember, while they weren't affording any of that and didn't pay and lied, took more government money and under false pretenses, all that shit, weren't paying child support, were selling dope, doing all the things, stealing from little and the government and all that. They were on here getting money from you all. Again. Anyway, yeah, that's just how they're going to continue to roll as long as allowed. And I'll keep hoping as, especially after night, is that I'm on a better line. And I'll leave it at that. Cher can still be pathetic like she's always been. Her bullshit baby kindergarten tactics with the way she manipulates people. Oh, let me show Dawn my ass. Oh, let me be a petty bitch and be like, here's your abuser. Come over here, Josie. Here's her receipts. You want to know why they do this? You know why those like Cher do this? A, because it harms people and they enjoy it. And her and Prairie will go probably fuck on that fact tonight, if he can still fuck. And then enjoy the money you all get. Monster will enjoy his. But they enjoy the shit. But you know, it's not Monster they're trying to get answers and shit from. They hope they trigger me enough to where I finally give everything I know to them. Or outright. Because they know those like Monster and the rest, they don't hold the pieces. They know what they tell you all is the exact opposite. They know Jody Sue holds some shit. And they want it. And they think abusing me, helping abuse me, and gaining off of that will trigger me enough to do that. And they use the same tactics over and over and over again. Because they know that unlike they tell you all, I ain't lying. I have the receipts. I know more than. But they'll tell you I'm a liar. I'm this, that, and the other. You know why? Because they hope it triggers me enough to throw out receipts, to say shit, to come on here being like blah 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 blah. And then they will eat me, but also use whatever I give at the same time. And then I guess hopefully they think they'll all put it together. And then they'll what? Collect on some reward funds or something, or have some clout, some super clout for their channel. And then they'll be able to insert even more effectively in other fucking families around missing and murdered women and children. That way people buy their shit more. That way they can silence a voice who's lived through years of them. I love them. Who keeps calling them and real life monsters and abusers with orders in place out. Now, all I can tell you is if they're out here, especially in the beginning, I spoke about domestic violence. I will continue to. Monster may not like that, but I never outright did shit. I laid real shit on a real monster where it really belonged. I also made sure to call out even these asshole creators when they were laying in falsely on Monster. I think Monster and I both know I could put out a whole hell of a lot if I really, really, really wanted to. If it was ever solely all about that, I would have done put out all the videos, all the recordings, all the messages, everything for all the decades that I had to keep myself safe by keeping receipts to where that one couldn't mind fuck me. to where I had proof of his cheating, lies, drug use, all these things, to where I had proof in case we ended up in a body bag. No cop or law enforcement, especially on Hawkins' side, could deny that Monster probably had something to do with it. That we wouldn't just die in the darkness with questions. I kept ample proof. Oh, not just it, but its monster helpers before Stalk, its parents, and others around it, and how it used shit, how it divided me from family, friends, put me in a box. I and the children all. And it's helping keep us there. Wasn't me calling its family during the holidays or any other events, was it, throughout all these years? And daily keeping eyes on us anyway. Through connections it's made, forced its way into. I've not contacted its family at all. It does mine constantly. Especially on holidays, just as before. Just a few days back, it was wanting to know I and Little's whereabouts exactly, precisely, who was traveling with who was doing what, enough to freak out even family. But tonight it wants to get up and proclaim, I'm stalking it. Dude, I stay so the fuck far away from that road and everything else. It's unreal. It, however, comes down by here constantly. I have proof of it, evidence of it. So does Stall. I have proof of her stalking us. I have proof of them staying in contact to keep us as we are. And divided. So there's no support system. Just as he's always done for decades. But yeah, I'm the big bad guy, right? So I hope y'all were entertained tonight. I hope once again you all realize what Cher is. And this bitch talking about anybody's children is laughable at best. But she does like propping the monsters up, though, don't she? Her own daddy murders children. A monster tonight who has tried to murder myself and these children, including by fire, just like her dad did a child. Guess that's fun, right? Entertaining as hell, wasn't it? Anyway, receipts are over on the community post tonight. I've unlocked more than a few shorts as well. Helpful it brought up boats tonight. Tell you what, good job, Monster. That boat where diseases kept coming from, huh? Wasn't the first time your dicks broke. Shit wrong, was it? No idea about the boat when you were leaving us with a fucking perv, peeping Tom, while I was sick. Not the first time you've left us surrounded by monsters while you were off breaking your dick or getting diseases. Why you called me crazy, everybody else till you had no choice but to witness. We're kept behind to witness and hopefully protect, but you felt at that too. But now you're like, oh, it could have been Don, it could have been David, it could have been Fred. You know what I find funny about all of them? I've heard each of them come out and talk. It's weird they won't hit at each other, isn't it? All those connected with C and D too. They're kind of like, man, I'd hate to put that on. They'll put it on each other and everybody else, won't they? First, that was just C&D and Fred and the rest. Now, and it's continuing to include Monster and Stall now. You wanna know why? It ain't because he cares where it goes. It's because they'll have shit to hide. Shit I can prove. And he wants to say he doesn't have a history of selling to children. I should probably have the receipts I hold about, oh, I don't know, some TJs and a few others in the past. Try that lie again. And that's all the warning I'm gonna give. I'm tired of being fucked with on all fronts. Now, do I think Monster has shit to do with Summer Vanishing? Nope. I thought Fred didn't. Thought it was all goofy as fuck at first. Thought it was wild first here and being blamed. But in different fires and different puzzles. Shit's growing a bit. I think certain people, like those that were told by True at one point, that Candace felt comfortable coming to when Summer supposedly OD'd at one point. I think friends like that and people contacted during events like that would probably include Fred and his company. As much as it did other families, they were comfortable with contacting during events like that. That's what I think. Yeah, because you got to explore all possibilities, right? So no matter what, they all have shit to hide each other's asses. I knew this from the beginning. Like Fred immediately trying to rewrite the story, going, "Oh no, I mean, we were tight friends, this there, and la la la." But then all of a sudden, just a couple months ago, I guess when Don first started having his little dreams, and knew something was going to happen to Summer. I mean, those dates correlate. In person, in real time on that road, Fred immediately started distance. Him and Laura started keeping their eyes and noses in social media, learning, making sure to hear and see everything, worried about something. Candace and Dawn doing the same, and using social media. And all of them, all of that fucking group, just to hide the little things between them, if nothing else, makes it look like there's a potential for big things when there may not be. And it's wild when you hold receipts on all of them and what they all have to hide. No different than these monster creators on YouTube. There's no difference between the monsters, plural, in and on that goddamn road. They don't want to be called out. Masks off, truth shown, even on little things. Fuck them all. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope Cher thinks that she's good enough to trigger anybody, just like she did the first time I accidentally ended up over there with the somebody's kicking you under the table, Jody said. With Benny Keys, I was like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna maintain that same energy and say the same thing. Fuck you, bitch. You wish you were that good. But see, you aren't that good, or you would have managed it all by yourself over the course of all these years. And even Monster's sort of gone worthy, other than the fact that every time he's on it, Terrifies Little gets through to, she has to hear this motherfucker lie. Eventually, through some way, Reddit, other forums, wherever, that he's lied, calling her a liar about how he's abused her. And all of y'all hinting and winking that he's gonna fuck with her again. Like y'all had forced into play several times between them, and she wants no contact. She wants her name not to be on his lips. So do the judges and courts in those papers. He's abusing a child, nope, by calling her a fucking liar about what he said. It wasn't poor Hims that had a dream. He'd ever cared enough about anybody to have a fucking dream about him. Especially not Summer. And yeah, I did notice the Ryan thing at the end. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be about. I'm supposed to, I guess, keep or care about Ryan. I don't. He's a built thing. If y'all don't get that yet, I don't know what to tell you. That's why I've just whole ass ignored it. I know what it's doing, and that it was sent certain places and burial places. His monster was in his chat and all these other things, and all these weeks they ain't coming together for y'all to get it. Yet I don't know what to tell you. Um. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on trying to stop certain monsters tonight, and then yeah, for the remainder of my days on Earth, that'll be consistent. Also, fairly tired of being targeted. And like I've been doing for the past couple weeks, thinking about still letting out some of the big boy receipts. Um, which creator, which place, which news outlet, which whatever I choose, how I choose. Probably wait though until waters have calmed. Well, it's not lost in the shuffle, but it instead cracks the entire fucking earth open, as it should. So maybe answers for summer come. A key drops, something drops, injustice comes. Mm-mm. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go back to enjoying my warmth, and I've actually been partaking in quite a few documentaries. Um, Trying to just chill out past day or two while I didn't feel so hot. Um, and yeah, we're gonna hope that was enough tonight to seal the deal. I think it was, from what I'm told. So we'll hope, and that certain monsters can never speak of certain littles like we're not supposed to be doing anyway, ever again. I know the attempted blackmail her didn't work last time, but he did tell her he'd leave her alone. Judges told him to leave her alone. Courts, paperwork. They also tell him to leave us the entire fuck alone. When you're sitting on somebody's panel where they blatantly say the entire thing is meant to fuck with me, well, it has a whole different ring to it, doesn't it? Pretty sure it does. And it's choosing to play with this group. There's no accident about it. It's fully aware. Things like mini monsters, it'll go away forever. And I'm done not picking up the phone. I'm done letting it slide because all these creators and shit are involved and it's being played like a fiddle while it plays them like a fiddle. I'm done with that. For my little sake, I'm done with that. She doesn't need to hear one more time how this motherfucker's out here trying to call her a liar, abusing this other, trying to discredit a child from abuse of all varieties she suffered at his hands. And his mouth, mental and emotional abuse, including what was absolutely fucking said by him. If he took a minute to listen to her little voice in the past, she'd know that he was never accused by eye or little of having seen Summer's body. That was not it, nor was it ever it. We've played this piece. I've shown the messages in the first days in real time. The videos over here were little speaking because the phone calls to me in real time as he was doing that during those days. It's right after Summer vanished. They all go together, and they are indeed enough proof to prove he said what he said, and it wasn't about a goddamn dream. But it wasn't that he had visually laid eyes on Summer's body either. All he was doing was abusing mentally and emotionally, trying to trigger, trying to hurt, just like he and Cher were trying to do tonight. And he got paid for it. She got paid for it. And then they want to get paid some more by hoping I throw out all kinds of receipts they can put together for Summer so they can profit some more. Simple as that. Abusers and monsters. All the same. Shit never changes. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here and eat some cookies, curl up, and continue to rest. Start again maybe in the morning, here in a couple hours. So anyway, I don't know. Visit the community page, short section for easy, handy, no shit, Monster Light again receipts. Then that Cher's still a pathetic bitch. And she wishes her pathetic, cliche, female type of targeting and grossness and selling her ass to try to get men to speak and posting shit and sitting mad. She's gross, bro. Typical female monster. Thinking in cliche female monster. I don't think like that, and it takes a hell of a lot more. Good try again though, Cher, in all the years. You still suck. Your daddy's still a fucking murderer of children. And you've got one who's tried to kill children and abuse them on your panel, licking his ass. Good job, Cher. Such a fucking advocate. Let's not all forget all the times that Don would start to say something and she'd shut him down or pretend all the audio problems. No, we shouldn't say that. They started to keep him safe from anything in Summer's case that could be used by law enforcement. Let's not forget all the fuckery her, Benny, Prayer Garden, Squall, and them have done since day one, literally, around Summer into her case, law enforcement, and participated in the headhunting of all of us. It's no wonder nobody's been found, Cher, held accountable yet, or Summer's not been brought home to her community, her real church families, and her brothers. You're a piece of shit, Cher. All right, y'all. I'm off here. I'll talk to you later.